Hi, I'm Lucia with The Harvest Cook, and I'm here today with my mother. We are not at home, so this isn't my kitchen, but we are in one of my really good friends' kitchen, getting ready for tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving. We have been invited over to a family's house, and we were asked to bring stuffing and also the tofu turkey. So we're going to give you just a quick little look at how we're getting ready to do that, and I'm going to give you a recipe for my son's favorite stuffing, and I hope you will enjoy it too. This one is called the pineapple cranberry stuffing, and you start by taking a couple loaves of whole grain bread, cube the bread, and then I just tossed it with a drizzle of olive oil and some generous sprinkles of onion and granulated garlic, both the dry onion powder or granulated onion and granulated garlic. Then I put them out on a cookie sheet, put them in the oven at 250 degrees, and stirred them every once in a while and let them just dry out till they turned into croutons. Takes about an hour and a half. And that's how I got my bread ready for the stuffing. That way it saves me a lot of money. I don't have to buy a commercial stuffing, and there's nothing in the stuffing that I didn't put there myself besides the bread, so all my own seasonings. So that's kind of, I do that ahead, and then when I'm ready to fix the stuffing, there's some chopping to do for this one because there is chopped mushrooms, and here you'll see my mushrooms ready to saute along with some of the melted Smart Balance margarine. It takes 2 cups of portobello mushrooms. This is a recipe for 1 large pan. 2 cups of portobello mushrooms cubed small. That's what I have right here, ready to saute. And I'm going to add to that 1.5 cups of chopped celery. What you're actually seeing here is a double recipe because we've got a big crowd we're feeding tomorrow. But I'm just giving you the amounts for a single pan. And then I also have 1 cup of chopped onion. And I'm going to saute those 3 things together, the celery, the mushrooms, and the onion, along with a ½ teaspoon of salt. By sauteing that with the onions, it actually adds a lot of flavor, and it's better than adding the salt later. I like to add salt right to my onions as I'm sauteing them. And then once they're going to be sauteed in ½ cup of Smart Balance margarine. I actually have the package right here. It's the Earth Balance. I like the one that's non-GMO, that's vegan and organic. There are different kinds of Smart Balance margarines. This is my favorite. And as you will notice, this is a richer recipe than we usually have, but it's for a special occasion. So we do this once in a while. So it takes ½ cup of Smart Balance Light to saute the mushrooms, the celery, and the onions, along with the salt. Once that is sauteed, I am going to be adding 1 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple, which I have already drained. I put it in a strainer and let it drain. And then 1 cup of dried cranberries, 1 cup of chopped toasted pecans. Now, I've already chopped these and roasted them. I just stirred them dry in a frying pan over medium-high heat and just kept stirring them until they got kind of aromatic, and they have a really nice flavor once they're toasted, and I really like that in the stuffing. And then I have some seasonings, which are a teaspoon of sage, which is dry, and then I also have a teaspoon of oregano. And I will toss all of those together once I have sauteed the celery, onions, and mushrooms. So I'm going to go do that now, and then I'll be back with you to show you how we mix it all together. Okay, we're back now. I have finished sauteing the celery, onions, and mushrooms, and you can see that the onions are very soft and they kind of started to brown. That's how I need it to go ahead and finish up our pineapple cranberry stuffing. And while we are putting the ingredients together, my mom's going to help us get things stirred up and mixed up, and I like to start by adding my dry ingredients to the bread croutons first. That way they mix better before the croutons are wet. Once they're wet, then some of the dry things tend to glump together. So we're going to start by adding our dry seasonings of sage and oregano. And I'm going to add my toasted pecans. And while she's getting that all stirred up, I wanted to ask you, Mom, do you have anything that you're especially thankful for this year?
There is so much to be thankful for every day of our lives. But really, this last week we experienced something very special. God is a real personal live God. We are in the foothills of Northern California. There was this huge fire, which most of you probably have heard about, the campfire.
We're going to have the cranberries too.
And our house is nestled among the woods, overlooking the lake. We were evacuated and learned not long after that the fire was raging, especially in Paradise. But it did also come to our area. However, our house and several houses near to our house have been protected. We're very thankful to God. He's a very good God, and He is aware even of those who have perished, and we know we can trust Him to work out their lives also. But I do praise Him because we do have our home still.
Yes, and even though we're not allowed to be in there tomorrow for Thanksgiving, I'm glad that we can still be together, and we're going to have some great family time that we're looking forward to, because my kids are going to be here too, and we're going to have a fun time. So I hope that you also have a blessed Thanksgiving. Now that all the dry ingredients are stirred together, I'm going to add the sauteed mushrooms. Let's see if we can get that all cleaned out. I'm a real spatula freak. I like everything completely cleaned out and no waste.
That's right. Those are all parts of God's gifts to us, isn't it?
Yeah.
How does that look?
That looks good. And the last thing we're going to add then is the pineapple. And the pineapple and the mushrooms and sauteed celery and onions provide the most of the moisture that we're going to need for the bread stuffing. It's important to start with those bread croutons that are completely dry, because then they absorb all the flavors from the juices of the mushrooms, celery, onions, and pineapple. And that provides the moisture that we need. We have a really big batch here, as you can see, coming along. We have enough here to help stuff our tofu turkey, as well as having a couple pans of dressing to eat with the gravy. So there's nothing left to this. As you can see, this is a very fast and simple recipe. We're just going to put it in pans and then put it in the oven. I cover it with tin foil for the first part of the baking, maybe about 20 minutes. Take the tin foil off for the last 10 minutes to get a little bit of a crust on top, and it's ready to serve. So we will put this in the pans, and then we'll put them in the fridge, and tomorrow, just before lunch, we will warm them up and brown them. So that's all there is to it. I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Just the same to all of you who are enjoying your family tomorrow. And may God bless you and guide you.
That's it for today from The Harvest Cook. You can follow me at theharvestcook.com. You can get more wonderful recipes like this stuffing recipe at my Facebook group, which is Vegan Recipes from The Harvest Cook. I hope to see you in the group sometime soon if you're not already there. And I want to also say a special hi to those who are currently in the group and get to see this video first. Anyway, have a great Thanksgiving.